Welcome to the Lynn MA Sportscast. We're your hosts. I'm Sean Donahue.
And I'm Caleb Reddick.
Caleb, I'm happy about tonight's show. Tell us a little bit about what the guys at home can expect.
Well, they can expect Pat Cogan, Marshall Hook of the Lynn Youth Soccer, along with Roberto Sanchez and Keith Lee from the North Shore Tides.
Awesome stuff. As Caleb always says, we've got a jam-packed show for you, so stay tuned. For those of you at home who aren't sure, the Lynn MA Sportscast is a show which is dedicated to all sports in Lynn. What you can expect to see from us are player and coach interviews, the Sideline Sportscast, the Game of the Week, and of course, the Question of the Week. In the wide world of Lynn sports, the St. Mary's boys hockey team defeated Bishop Fenwick Wednesday, the 22nd, with a score of 8-0. Sean McBurney scored twice with 2 assists. Dante Marabito scored twice with 3 assists. And Bailey McBurney was in net for the shutout. Against the Crusaders, the Spartans are now 9-4-1.
And are you a Lynn Public High School student? If so, check out the Teen Health Center for a free 3-month Y membership.
The Lynn Classical boys basketball team will be traveling to the TD Garden on Saturday, January 25th, to take on the Malden Nedlams for the 2014 Good Sports TD Garden Invitational. Tip-off begins at 1 p.m. Tickets are available for $15 at the door or for $12 in advance. For more information, you can reach out to Coach Grassa at grassat@lynnschools.org or Athletic Director of Lynn Classical, Billy Devon. Caleb?
And the Greater Lynn Babe Ruth baseball and softball online registration is underway at www.greaterlynnbaberuth.org. Register online or by mail before January 25th, and the fee is $150 per player and $210 per family. After January 25th, the fee goes up to $165 per player and $225 per family. Take advantage of early registration.
Like Caleb had said, we've got a really good show today. We're happy for our viewers at home. Let's go to Jessica Starbard in the field with the Lynn Jets.
The Lynn Jets are soaring their way through the NEC South. A 4-1 win over Swampscott on Saturday gives the Jets an impressive 8-2-1 record. But for Joe Conlon and his hockey team, there is still a lot more work to be done.
You know, we've been working hard in practice, and I think we have an older group, which is always helpful. You know, they've been through the battles, and they've been through some of the stuff. We're not where we want to be, and we're not where we hope to be when we finish, but the work's been good for the last month or so.
Hard at work on Friday night, the Lynn Jets took to the ice at Connery Rink to sharpen up their skills. The Lynn Jets are a unique team to the city. A collaboration of talent from classical and English brings together this hockey superpower.
Superpower is, I don't know if that's the right word, but the kids get along, you know, and they're great kids. They're all great schools, the public schools. I'm a product of the public schools. I think it's a great take.
You know, it all starts because we were aligned last year, so we have some good chemistry. And we've been playing together since we were young, since 6 years old. You know, we just hit our stride and we're playing good so far.
Led by a group of seniors, Coach Conlon trusts his experienced team to take on the back end of a tough schedule they hope leads them to the NEC South title.
I know Tony Uva has done a very, very nice job for us as a captain, and our other 3 captains have too. Brett Arelli, Ryan McDonald, and Pat Finnegan. Freshman goalie's done a nice job, Jack Stafford, along with the Brazil brothers. So, I mean, there's a whole group of guys, Amico Restani, I could go on.
Mostly just our skating. We need to get better with our back check. We're playing, we got a good couple of teams coming up in the next couple of games. Yeah, fast. We need to keep up with their pace. And
the Lynn Jets will have their hands full as they take on tough teams like Marblehead and Winthrop in the coming weeks. Sticking to their style of hockey will be key in getting them to the state tournament.
We want to be known as the toughest team in the NEC, and just toughest team you want to play. You don't want to play us at our home rink or anything.
One of our goals was to win the NEC South, and we're not there yet. Another goal is to make the tournament, and we're not there yet. So, again, there's still so much more to be had out there. And like I said, we success is nice early, but it doesn't mean much until the end.
For Lynn MA Sportscast, I'm Jessica Starbard.
Welcome back. Thank you, Jessica. Beautiful field report on the Lynn Jets. Here with me now is Marshall Hook, president of the Lynn Youth Soccer League. Marshall, thanks for being here.
Not a problem. My pleasure.
Now, a lot of people here in Lynn take a great appreciation for youth sports. Can you tell us a little bit about what your responsibilities are as the president?
Well, I'm the, again, as you said, the president of Lynn Youth Soccer. It is the largest youth sports league in the city. We're effectively year-round. We have fall, winter, and spring seasons, and then we have some summer educational programs. So you put that all together, you get the whole year. And obviously that's a large undertaking. We have about 1,500 kids that play across the year. So there's a lot of administrative that goes with it in that, you know, we do fundraising, we do registration, we do, you know, training of the kids, training of the coaches, all of that. And we have a number of volunteers. It's an all-volunteer organization. So we have a lot of very good volunteers that oversee it. And then you just need one guy at the top to kind of, you know, oversee the overseers, and that's what I do.
That's who you are. Now that's going to take a lot of work. I mean, you got to get people excited about doing something that's work and for free. Yeah. So a lot of work goes into this program. I think it's been in existence for 20 years or something like that.
In excess of 20 years. I don't know really how long, but more than 20.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the intramurals that you do. I know winter, you guys have intramurals. It's played at Breed. It's going on right now. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, again, as I said, we have the three main seasons. In the spring and the fall, we play outdoors. And the intramural just means Lynn kids playing against Lynn kids. We also have a travel program that, again, only plays in the fall and the spring, and that's when the Lynn kids go to other towns and other towns come here. In the winter, there's no travel because people obviously aren't playing outside. So we basically want to keep kids active, keep them their skills up, keep them, you know, just playing a little bit of the game. So we do play indoor. It's more of a training than it is anything competitive. Friday nights, Saturday mornings. That season is just about half done, so folks have kind of missed the boat on it this year. But it is also the one with the smallest number. So this, you know, around December next year, even November, if you're looking for something for your kids to do for essentially the months of January and February, that'd be the time to sign up. Now the time to sign up for spring intramural, which will begin in April, which is our largest, most successful of the season. So we'd love to get more people into that one as well.
Now, you guys are the least expensive youth league to get involved with, which is huge. As a president, what would you say is one of the biggest tasks that you have to tackle, other than just making sure that there's bottled water and Gatorades and hot dogs for sale? Fundraising has to be up there.
Fundraising is huge because, as you said, we are the cheapest. It's about $50 per season to play in the intramural program. And I don't know exactly what it is, but I know little leagues and the footballs, those are in excess of $100. So we're half or less than what a lot of the other leagues are. We have a lot of kids, but we also have upkeep. I mean, the Hood Park where we play is 10 acres, more or less, of grass. And while the city owns it, we lease it from them, and we are solely responsible for its upkeep. And a soccer field isn't just your lawn. I mean, we need to keep it cut, we need to keep it lined, we need to keep it flat, grass, garbage, all that stuff needs to be out there, and that costs us a lot of money. We also insure every kid that plays for us against injury. We have to pay fees to the state and the county. All of that adds up to a lot of money. And so other than keeping up our fields, our next biggest job is fundraising, and that's where we need the most help.
Excellent. I'm happy to hear that you guys are doing it the right way. Now, how do players get involved? How do they register? Is there online registration? Do they have to go somewhere?
LynnYouthSoccer.org has got all of the links you need to learn more about it, to register, to do all of that. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/LynnYouthSoccer, I think is what it is. We're easy to find. All the information you need is there. It can all be done online, and some very easy clicks, and you're in.
Awesome. Well, Marshall, I appreciate you being here. Marshall Hook from the Lynn Youth Soccer League, president of the league as well. You can find them on Facebook at Facebook/Lynn Youth Soccer, and you can also find them on their website, www.LynnYouthSoccer.org. Let's go to the question of the week. Tweet your answers to our Twitter handle, Lynn Sportscast, for your opportunity to win a prize from Tony Lena's. Last week's question: in 1970, which was the first expansion team in NFL history to win the title with a 27-7 victory over the Browns? The answer, of course, was the Minnesota Vikings, and Eli Backus of Lynn Classical was the first one to answer correctly. This week's question: who was the first coach in Division I NCAA basketball history to earn 900 wins by defeating Texas A&M 68-53. Again, first to reply with the correct answer will receive a prize from Tony Lena's in Lynn. Tweet your answers to our Twitter handle at Lynn Sportscast. Here with me now, Roberto Sanchez, shooting guard, and Keith Lee, forwards of the North Shore Tides. Guys, thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you
Awesome
for
to have
having
you.
us.
If you've been watching the show, we've had the Tides on a couple times before. We did a field segment. Owner is Jake Canty. Guys, let's just jump right into it. Let's talk a little bit as players, how you got to this point. Tell us a little bit about your personal history, starting with you, Roberto.
Me, personally, I started playing at the age of 11. I started at the Lynn Boys and Girls Club, which strived me to keep playing with Jeff Hill over there as our coach. Then I tried out for Fecto Larry. I went to Fecto. I got cut my 6th grade and 7th grade year, and I made the team my 8th grade year. I kept at it, and then after that, I kept going with my career with CYO, with AAU traveling, and then I kept on going with my career. I followed it with going to Lynn Classical, which I had a breakout. That's when I knew I had something going with basketball. As a sophomore, I made the team, and I was the 6th man coming off the bench. They call me the X Factor. All the players call me the Energizer Bunny. I could come in and be an explosive offensive player off the bench. And
now, I remember you. We went to high school together,
right.
And I remember going to those games. And I'm not sure if you remember me, but I was one of those roadie guys.
I remember
with
definitely.
The face painting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We used to do the worm and all that type of stuff, the stomping. So I mean, I never really knew a lot about basketball. Like, I mean, the only thing I have in common with you guys is that I'm shaped like a basketball, but skills-wise, not for me. Keith, let's get in a little bit about your history.
Yeah, I went to English high school. I played 1 year varsity over there. And then after that, I went to Worcester Academy for, this is 92, prep school. And after Worcester, I went to North Shore, good old North Shore Community College. I wish they still had their basketball team. But
yeah, they had a lot of good athletes come out of there. North Shore was a huge program, and they used to contend against some of the bigger schools
Right. And that's what gave it notoriety. And I actually feel bad that these guys don't have the same chance, because that was my opportunity. I went there, I was like 7th in the nation in scoring and averaging double-doubles, and I had all these Division I offers, but my grades, that was the knucklehead in me. So all you youth out there, please study, please. It's very important.
Stay in
school. I messed up USC and Georgetown scholarships because of that. Then I wound up going to Prairie View A&M University. It's a historically black college out in Texas. It's Division I, small Division I. We did great our senior year. We made it to the big dance against Kansas and Paul Pierce and them.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Unfortunately, 98 was the year of the first NBA lockout, so I couldn't do anything. And that kind of messed everything up, good old fashioned. But a few years later, I got a shot with the Celtics. In the second day, I broke my ankle. That was for summer leagues, into summer league. And the next year, my dad contracted prostate cancer, and it kind of threw me for a loop, and I just went crazy. So kind of gave it up, moved to California. I wound up hooking up with my friend Jerron Rush, who was in the Celtics camp with me. And that same summer, his brother, Kareem Rush, got drafted by the Lakers. And they wound up taking me in like another big brother, and that got my basketball juices going again. I went overseas, did a little bit of thing. I came back home, I heard about the Tides. I said, why not? Why not
good
do
fit.
it again? Yeah.
So that's very good. I'm happy to hear. You guys just take a significant amount of pride in your history and what you've done.
Right.
I mean, and a lot of athletes understand that struggle brings strength, and I think that's indicative of what you guys are trying to do today.
Like
so keep with it. And I mean, if you guys at home are wondering, hey, it's tough right now. There are kids out there better than me. I'm not bigger. And these guys are great examples of what it takes to excel, and you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. You stay on.
Yeah, you're gonna fail once or twice.
Stick with it.
I know a little bit about the team. I've been following you guys since you came into existence. Jay Canty's the owner. I know that right now the personal goal of the team is to become a D-League team.
Right.
We know that that's huge, but in the meantime, there has to be some continuous improvements going on. I know fundraising has to be a big thing for you guys. What are you doing to reach out to more people in order to generate some funds?
Well, right now, exactly what you said. We need support. We need local fan support. That's key. Once we get the fans to come, even though, you know, things are rocky, you know, anything on a startup operation is ground floor is going to be tough, but we need support. Once we get the fan support, then the sponsors will see that everyone's coming to the games, and that generates the money from the check writers and the advertisers, because they don't want to really, even though our team is a great product, it's all about money, you know, so advertising sponsors won't come and give you money if they only see 50, 100 people at the game. Right. You know, I mean, we're local. We got love for everybody. So it's just, you know, come on out, support us, and then it'll get bigger. And then we can get other big teams coming in here, because then we'll have the money to sponsor things and have the funding, because it's all about funding. Right. But as of right now, we're just trying to build a fan base and go to malls, you know, different workshops and stores and schools to try to build that up. Because once the fans come, we're good.
So if you guys are basketball fans, make sure that you check out their website. It's www.northshoretides.com. You can find them on Facebook as well. These guys are doing a lot of hard work. If you're a basketball fan, there's a number of ways you can get involved, whether you're a fan. You can just come down to the games and watch. And if you're a business owner or just looking for a place to invest and become maybe a partner, you can reach out to the Tides as well. Roberto, Sanchez, and Keith Lee, the North Shore Tides guys, thanks for coming down.
Thank you, Sean.
And continue the great stuff that you're doing right now in your
Keep
current
up the good
season.
work too. You're doing a lot of good stuff.
Hey, we appreciate that here. All right, Caleb?
Hello, my name's Caleb Reddick, and this is the Reic Report. And to the left of me, I have Patrick Cogan. Patrick, you're an English alumni. You're a Salem State alumni. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me.
So you're a cyclist.
I am. I started cycling a couple years ago, and now I do triathlons as well.
So you do swimming,
Yep.
biking.
I do all three events. I swim, I have a recumbent trike that I use, and then instead of running, I have a racing wheelchair.
All right, we'll get into that a little bit further into the show. Friedreich's ataxia. What is Friedreich's ataxia?
Friedreich's ataxia, or FA, is a degenerative neuromuscular disorder. So it basically affects all of my my mobility, as well as will eventually affect more of my muscles. So it affects my arms, my legs, my lungs.
So it slowly gets worse?
It will eventually progress much more than where it is now.
So when you were younger, like say 6, 12, 15?
I've been symptomatic my entire life in hindsight, after I was correctly diagnosed.
So how long did it take for you to be correctly diagnosed?
I was misdiagnosed twice, and then correctly diagnosed 4.5 years ago.
So were you always in a wheelchair? Were you walking?
I was mobile. I had a lot of issues over the last couple of years. So I went from forearm crutches to a wheelchair within probably the last 2 years. And I've been in the wheelchair now for about 1.5 years.
So cycling. How'd you get into cycling?
Funny story. So my mom and sister had started cycling when my father became ill with cancer to do a charity ride. And the second year, I decided I wanted to do it as well after he had passed away. So I bought my first trike.
How expensive is a trike?
They're like any regular cycling bike. So a beach cruiser is like, I don't know, 900, and my dream trike is like almost $7,000. So
wow,
it gets up there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not a cheap spot.
So how do you afford something like that?
The trike I have now, I actually applied for a grant through FARA, which is the Friedreich's Ataxia Research Alliance, because I needed a trike that was really going to help me obtain my goals. So I applied through them, and they actually got me the machine I have now.
So did you reach out to them?
I
or
did.
did they get to you?
Nope.
How did that happen?
Through my coach, Abel Bowling, introduced me to Farah online. And doing research, I found out they do what's called the Ataxian Athlete Initiative. So they fund FA patients and will help
to get them into the sport?
We'll help them get adaptive equipment. Exactly.
And then swimming. You said you do triathlon, swimming.
Yeah. So when I got the new trike, I said, I want to do a century, which is a 100-mile bike ride.
100 miles? How long does 100 miles take?
It took us 11 hours and 58 minutes, just under the 12-hour mark.
Wow.
So I was happy. So after I finished that, I said, okay, well, that was great. But now I think I want to try a triathlon. Let's, keep pushing myself.
So how long are the distances in a triathlon?
So there are different kinds. There's a sprint, an Olympic, a half Ironman, and a full Ironman. I've done a sprint. I've done 2 sprints last year, which is a 1/3 of a mile swim, about a 13-mile bike, and a 5K run.
Wow.
This year, I'm training for 2 more sprints, but in the middle, I'm going to do an Olympic, which is a 4/5 or 0.8 of a mile swim, a 26-mile bike, and then a 10K.
So what is the training like for that?
It's insane. I swim now.
It sounds pretty crazy. I mean, I do 3 sports, and I know I could not even come close to that.
It's tough. It's funny. I was never an athlete in high school or in college. It wasn't until I was diagnosed and got progressed that I really wanted to stop pushing myself. But training, I mean, I learned last year, training for a cycling event and training for a triathlon, 2 different beasts. Because like you said, you're not just riding a bike, now you're swimming, and it's much more endurance. I swim now 3 to 4, 5 days a week. In the winter, I try to cycle indoors twice a week.
So what are the distances you're practicing for swimming?
I just did my first 1,000-yard swim, 1,200 yard. Well, I mean,
What is that, like 40 laps?
52 or something like that, yeah.
I have friends on the swim team, and they complain when they do 20.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it wasn't quick, but I did it. But I mean, think about it. A mile is 72 laps. So
Oh my
I still have a
gosh.
ways to go.
I don't know how you could
It's
do
fun.
that.
It's fun. You gotta keep pushing
Wait, so
yourself.
you're a swimmer, you're a bicyclist. You said you did skiing also?
I wanted to ski, so I started skiing last year just to try it. And I love it, but it's expensive like any other sport.
And is there also a foundation that can help you out with that?
So there is Farah, but after I was diagnosed and after I started doing my first ride, and I made a lot of friends with FA, my mom and I and some of my siblings, or all my siblings, co-founded a charity that we call Project Wheels.
So what is Project Wheels?
Project Wheels we created to help other patients with FA, not just with, it's not just sport related, it's to help them with any part of their life to be more mobile and more independent, whether that may be helping the construction of a ramp outside their house, or helping pay down the cost of an electric wheelchair or a recumbent trike. So we really want to give back to other FA patients.
So you guys fund them with a trike, with a...
Yeah, we're trying. This is our first full year. We're actually having our first major fundraiser at the Knights of Columbus, May 3rd.
May 3rd? At what time?
6 to 10.
6 to 10, May 3rd. The Knights of Columbus.
Yeah.
It sounds like a great event.
It should be a lot of fun.
I forgot to say in the beginning of the show, we only have so much time. It was a pleasure having you on,
Thank you
Pat.
so much for having me.
I would love to have you on again. You're such an inspiration.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And now to the top game of the week.
We get set to bring you some Northeastern Girls Conference basketball. Tonight, it will be Lynn Classical taking on the Salem Witches. Ball is up, Classical wins the tap, and right away it's a quick layup up and in. Quick pass underneath, and a quick bucket for Milheim. Let's go on with the quick two. Panatin answers back, but there's Classical coming right back down the other end. Quick pass down court, and there's the nice layup there by Milheim. Full steam, finds an opening, and she'll go to the line for two. Not slowing down much at all. And there's a nice play underneath. Nice job and a quick down court pass. Galizzi, can she finish it? She does. Classical cutting underneath. And now is a little layup. That's Milheim with another putback. Oh, and Salem comes up with the rebound. Ball is loose. And the shot is off the glass and in. 54-49. 1:35 left in the game. Open shot from the corner. Around the rim, no good. And there's another putback for Milheim. Milheim trying to find the open shot. Now they get it into Laria, and she draws the foul. And they get that one to go, though, so now it's a 2-point game. Laria makes a cut to the ball. Ball knocked loose. Classical still has it. And now a shot from the paint is no good. But the putback up and in by Galizzi. 3.5 seconds left. Game is tied as the horn sounds. So we're very happy to bring this one to you between Lynn Classical and Salem. 56-54. We have a foul after all that. We saw Loria. And now Loria knocks it loose, comes up with the steal. Quick pass ahead. That's Galizzi with another big layup. Classical trying to work it around. Now it's Hill with the strong move. And she's able to put it in with the left hand. Well, Salem comes away with it. And there's a three. Oh, here's Laria breaking loose. She had the layup off the glass, no good. Shot, no good. Classical with the break there as that was Hill going down after the shot. Against the target, if she can nail this one. Oh, a little too strong off the rim. They're going to give her one more, though, as they claim that there was a Salem player in the lane too soon. So a break for Classical as Hill will get another to try and tie it. And 25-point column in all tonight for Classical. But what a job she's done out there for Classical. And now they call steps against Salem. And Classical gets another shot here. We're ready to begin our second overtime here. Classical with another nice play there. And this time they score. And they'll have another shot at the line for a 3-point play. And now the foul shot goes through. Still at bay. And that one goes. But now the ball is loose. Classical gets it back. Quick underneath. And the layup is good. And Coach Sawyer is on the floor. I don't know if he's going to make it through this one. That's it. And Classical has prevailed after all in double overtime. What a game by the Lady Rams as they're able to pull this one out after being down by 10 points.
Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week for all the up-to-date Lynn sports right here in the Lynn MA Sportscast. If you're interested in giving feedback, or maybe you have a sports story which you think we should mention, you can reach out to us at www.LynnCAMTV.com/shows/Lynn MA Sportscast, or you can find us on Twitter at Lynn Sportscast. From the studio here at LynnCAM TV, we're your hosts. I'm Sean Donahue.
And I'm Caleb Reddick.
Wishing you all the best.